How's it going, YouTube? SilverBeanie here, bringing you guys week 1 for the PMC, the Pokemon Masters Club. Your Crystal Palossands this week are taking on the Pittsburgh Empoleons. And Coach Lux, I do believe, with a very scary team, as always. It's a very scary team to kick us off with for the first season. Well, for the first season that we're part of, at least, season 5. We are part of we've been graciously approved into the season 5, and we've now got a scary team to kick us off with. So I'm going to break the team down for you each on these team builders each week. I'm going to break them down, and then we'll break down our team and why we're bringing it, what we're bringing, why we're not bringing other things, etc. Things like that. So if this is something you guys want to see more of, hit that like button down below. Be greatly appreciated. As always, subscribe if you're new. Welcome. How you doing? My name's SilverBeanie. Also go by Dan. Weird way to introduce everything, I know, but heck, that's how we're going to roll with it today. So, let's talk about our opponent's team. Let's talk about it. Lux is a very skilled opponent this for a first match, and they've got a very scary team. So we're going to break it down. So up first, though, they got the Zygarde. Zygarde, 50%, one of the scariest dragon types available. Dragon Ground. Very scary stats. Base 108 HP, 100 attack, 121 in defense, 81 in special attack, and then 95 in its def and speed. Power Constrict, which is an ability that obviously allows it to sort of go into Zygarde complete form. That is banned, so he cannot go into complete form. Thank God. I think I'll just do forfeit now. But it does get Aura Break, but that's irrelevant in the situation. But it also gets access to one of the scariest moves in the game, 1,000 Arrows. It's basically the Mega Earthquake. Hits anything and everything on the field, regardless of its ability and typing. It'll hit it regardless, unless it's catching some other random rubbish. It also gets access to Extreme Speed, which is obviously like the highest priority move you can get. Dragon Dance, etc. It's scary. You let this thing set up, and you're letting this thing sweep. Like it's game over if this thing sets up. We've got to be very careful with it and how we manage it. It's also one of his dedicated Z users. If he successfully gets off like a Dragonium Z, Outrage or Dragon Claw, we're gonna die. We're gonna lose something. We're gonna lose something one way or another. Cannot let that happen. We've got to make sure we stay on top of that. We've got Mega Diancie. This thing dies to an Iron Head. This thing dies to a Bullet Punch. This thing will die to, I don't know, a Metal Sound. Like it's not very good on the steel type. Times 4 weak to steel, but once it mega evolves, though, obviously its defenses do reduce and its offense presence increases drastically. It goes to 160 on its attacks and special attack, and then 110 on all its defenses and speed. So taking a hit, Diancie doesn't do very well, but dishing out a hit, it does very well. So we've got to be careful. Also, once it mega evolves, we've got to be careful with things like any status moves. Things like hazards and things like that, because with Magic Bounce, it can just bounce them right back to me, and then they see it set up on my side of the field. So we've got to be careful with that. Something we have got to be careful about. Tornadus Therian. I'm not looking forward to this thing. Out of the entire team, I think this is the one of two things that I am least looking forward to taking down. It's so unpredictable. With Regenerator, it can just keep switching back out and getting its health back. It's so annoying. One of the fastest things on his side of the field as well, base 121 speed, and its attack as 100 and special attack as 110. It gets access to Hurricane, it gets access to U-Turn, it gets access to Defog, it can Heat Wave, it can Knock Off, it can do all kinds of crazy things. I'm not looking forward to this thing, I really am not. That is a bike, and do you mind? I am recording here! As I was saying, this thing is not going to be fun to take down. So yeah, that's a Tornadus Therian. Like, I just one way or another, it's gonna wreck my soul. And if it successfully does it, then well, game over. Anyway, Empoleon. Empoleon's next. Empoleon is a tricky one. It's tricky to take down, more so than taking hits. I'm not really worried about that. Base 111 special attack, 101 in its def. Scold, knock off, defog, those kind of things, standard stuff. Typically defensive. Very rarely, very rarely is a Empoleon offensive. It's 9 times out of 10 defensive one way or another. This is only Steel type, which is nice, but it is going to be tricky to try and take down. Heracross is one of his other mons, and that is, again, Heracross is one of the few other mons that I was struggling to prepare for. If it's Scarfed, and if he brings it in it's Scarfed, it's going to wreck my team. I have had to prepare quite a bit for Heracross because I really feel it's coming. You know, if it's Moxie and it's Scarfed and it successfully knocks something out and it gets a boost, and then it's just going to set up and sweep. It really is. It's just going to sweep the team. It really will. Close combat, you know, Mega Horn, knockoff, like, it's going to hurt one way or another. Base 125 attack is nothing to laugh at. We've got to be careful with the Heracross and make sure we take it down as quickly as possible. The Azelf. Azelf out of the 3 Lake Spirits is the most offensive one. Base 125 in its attacks and then 115 in its speed. Obviously Levitate is obviously immune to the earthquakes and stuff. It doesn't do too well taking like a knockoff or like a Dark Pulse or something. It doesn't do very well taking hits. It does better dishing them back. So I just realized my hair is like all over the place today. It's what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it can also be used as like a lead. You know, get at the rocks, knockoff. You know, it can explode. You know, it can make kids go boom. You know, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun. Delmise. Speaking of things that are not fun, Delmise is not fun at all. Steel Worker, an annoying ability, basically makes steel type moves stab, even though they're not. Ghost and Grass type, very good typing. It's also one of the, I think he's only spinner. I think he's got a couple of defocus, but it's his only spinner. Shadow Claw, you know, Anchor Shot, Power Whip. That's all you need to bring, and then maybe Rapid Spin or I don't know, some other random rubbish. Like, Delmise is annoying. It's very bulky. 100 defense, 90 speed def, and then 131 attack. Insane. I'm not looking forward to taking down the Delm at all. Not looking forward to it in the slightest. Typhlosion's here. Typhlosion, if he brings it, going to be Scarfed. Like, very rarely is Typhlosion not Scarfed. If it's not Scarfed, it's Specs. Like, it's one or the other. But if he brings it Scarfed and he like leads and starts slapping around with eruptions, then he's going to wreck my team. Like, I cannot take eruptions very well. I've done my best to try and obviously counter them and liver them as much as I can, but eruptions are going to hurt my team. 100 speed and 109 special attack. Typhlosion, it hurts. It hurts a lot. Guntank. Guntank's annoying. It doesn't take hits very well, so I'm not too worried about taking it down. It's just more annoying, you know. It's another perfect. It's a good fairy counter, but we're not bringing Sylveon this week, so I'm not too worried. It's just one of those things that it's just annoying. It's just it does defog it, you know, poison jabs. If it's special, then it uses sludge bomb and flamethrower and stuff. Like, very rarely are these things expensive. So Skunk I'm not too worried about. Raichu is his other Z-type user, Z-move user, sorry. Lightning Rod, so obviously you can take electric hits, which is annoying. Thunderbolts, you know, Focus Blast, Hidden Power Ice. If he gets a nasty plot off, Life Orb, you know, Lightning Rod boost and all the above, like, his attacks are gonna hurt. And they're gonna hurt hard. So we've got to be careful. We'll be very, very careful with Raichu. 110 speed as well, another one of his fastest mons. One thing is with this team is he's got a lot of fast. Like, they're either insanely fast or insanely offensively powerful. Like, he hasn't got a lot of bulk, but he has a lot of things that can support as bulk. You know, that makes sense. So we got to be careful. And then last but not least, we've got the Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan's got base 90 speed, 95 attack, and 105 HP. 9 times out of 10, these things are scrappy, and they're not too useful unless they're mega revolving. Like, it can fake out, you know, it can. I'm pretty sure this thing gets knockoff. No, it doesn't. You know, it gets things like Ice Punch, it gets the Elemental Punches, Body Slam, Crunch. Standard stuff, but I'm just not worried about Kangaskhan. You know, this thing is just, it's not coming. If it comes, I'll be shocked. Put it that way. Now let's talk about our team. We've got a brilliant team this week, and shout outs to my front office for helping us out build this team. Shout outs to them. But we've got Jirachi. Jirachi's going to lead the squad this week. Jirachi's bringing that choice scarf. Serene Gracing, Iron Head Flinching Attack. That is going to just destroy everything. It OHKOs the Diancie depending on how physically defensive it is. And Ice Punch, like, will hurt the Zygarde, and the Delmise and U-Turn is going to hurt everything else. Stealthrox is really just kind of in the situation if we need to just sack it off. Like, but I don't know. Stealthrox is going to be very situational based. I want to get Stealthrox up as quickly as I can, but I don't see how it's going to be very useful. But we're not bringing Jolly Nature this. We're actually bringing Adamant. Max attack at 52 in speed. It guarantees to outspeed the Typhlosion and the Heracross, and it outspeeds everything unless he runs something scarfed on his. If he runs anything scarfed, then we're going to be in trouble. But scarfed Heracross, we still outspeed with this set, which is one of the reasons to why it's like this. He brings a max speed scarfed Heracross, we still outspeed. So that's going to be really crucial against the Heracross. We're also bringing Terraska, our beautiful shiny Hadlagon. Also bringing the Choice Scarf. I don't typically like running 2 Scarfers, but this week I feel like it could work. Choice Scarf, Levitate, Dracomino, Dark Pulse, Fire Blast? No. Flash Cannon and Defog. Flash Cannon, again, depending on how defensive it is, guarantees to OHKO that Diancie. Defog, very similar to how we got Stealthrox. If we got a situation where we can just quickly get rid of the hazards for something else to come in and sweep, then that's what we've got to do. Dracomino hits everything on the field other than the Diancie, and 9 times out of 10 kills it. And then Dark Pulse is there for things like the Delmise and the Azelf and most other things that we can hit and hurt. We bring just enough speed, outspeed, like a max speed Diancie. And Zygarde, so we've got enough to outspeed those things. Obviously, the Heracross is gonna hurt us, in which case we have to hard switch out. But we have enough speed to counter everything. Also max special attack as well. We're also bringing Gasteric, our beautiful shiny Galvantula. It's making a return from the previous season. From the previous season of the UBL, we're now bringing it back. It's now shiny as well. It's shiny. It's got a sparkle. So we've did a bit of hunting in between, and we now got a beautiful shiny. Bringing back the same set as we brought before. Light Orb, Thunder, Bug Buzz, Hidden Power Ice. Standard stuff. Love it. Let's use it. We're bringing it. It's awesome. So this thing is going to be max speed, timid, max special attack. Thunder hurts everything. It OHKOs the Thundurus. It OHKOs the Empoleon. Like, it'll OHKO anything. However, the problem is everything on his team, like, everything. The Tornadus will outspeed me every time, regardless. Unless I'm scarfed, it'll outspeed. So it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky to try and take that thing down. Sticky webs are very situational based. I need to get webs up if I can as soon as, because it'll counter. Like, it'll stop that Heracross from sweeping. It will stop that, Typhlosion from sweeping. It will stop the Zygarde from sweeping. Stop the Raichu from sweeping. If I can get an opportunity to get webs up, that'd be huge. And Bug Buzz hits hits the Delmise, it hits the Azelf, and Hidden Power Ice is specifically there for that. Very, very hard. We're also bringing my favorite new member. I love this thing so much. Lycanroc Dusk. I cannot wait to use Lycanroc Dusk. I'm so excited that I have it on the team. I was so chuffed when I was able to scoop it up. This thing is going to be amazing. I'm really excited to use it. We're bringing the Lycanium Z. Lycanroc is one of our 2 users. And it's going to be amazing. A Cellrock hurts a lot of his team. It's brilliant for like late game if we can just come in and just sweep the last few bits. Stone Edge, though, OHKOs everything. If we can get a successful Z off, it will OHKO the Diancie. It OHKOs the Tornadus, it OHKOs the Heracross, it will OHKO the Raichu, it OHKOs the Skuntank, and it OHKOs the Typhlosion. Like, Lycanium Z Stone Edging is it's going to OHKO something. It's going to be destructive. And then Joe runs there for just everything else, just coverage. Also there, it hits the Empoleon, and then Iron Head again OHKOs that Diancie as an alternative hit. This week, that is going to be absolutely insane. Very excited to be bringing this thing. We are also bringing Pelagera. Pelagera, beautiful, shiny. It's meant to be female, but it does say female. I guess they just don't have the sprite for it. But our beautiful, shiny Jellicent. Water Absorb this week to counter that Empoleon. Jellicent is our perfect counter for it. If Empoleon comes out, Jellicent comes out. It's as simple as. Same with the Heracross. If Heracross comes out, Jellicent comes out. Simple. Skull, Shadow Ball, Will-O-Wisp, and Recover. Will-O-Wisp is obviously there to just try and burn everything. Empoleon, the Tornadus if we can, the Guard, etc. Scald hits that Typhlosion nice and hard, and Shadow Ball is there specifically for that Dhelmise. Guaranteed 2-hit KO, which is amazing. So Shadow Ball is always a safe turn, because obviously, unless I see the Kangaskhan, which I really doubt he brings, then we can just free Shadow Ball everything on the field. So if I switch in my Jellicent on, say, the Empoleon or the Heracross, he's most likely going to switch out and go into something like the Dhelmise, in which case I hit Shadow Ball. So it's as simple as max defense this week, a little bit of special attack investment, and a bit of HP investment as well. But it's all about that bulk. It's all about physical bulk for this one. And then last but not least, we have our beautiful Mega, our Mega Venusaur. Balatar is coming. Oh, I misspelt it. Balatar. There we go. Balatar. Balatar, our beautiful Mega Venusaur, is coming down to play. Giga Drain, Knockoff, Toxic, and Synthetic. Knockoff, again, if that Dhelmise and everything else on the field, if we can try and get knock off, the Tornadus and the Empoleon's item, and perhaps maybe even successfully knock off the Heracross, that'd be amazing. And then Giga Drain's there, just obviously to try and recover, get some health back. And then we've got Toxic, obviously, stall. Sentences, obviously, so we can live out the stall. So, very simple. Now, in terms of spread, spread's an interesting one. It's kind of all over the place. Not that you guys can see it, it's kind of tucked out of the way, but spread's a bit interesting. So we're running a Sassy Nature, max HP, kind of mid-max defense, and then kind of everything else just spread around. A little bit of attack investment just to knock off the hits just a teeny bit harder. But with this thing is mainly to counter the Dhelmise, the Empoleon, and the Heracross. That's this thing's job. It counters them perfectly. Those things come out, guess who comes out as well? So Venusaur's going to be amazing. Balatar's going to be huge. I'm very excited to be bringing it. Very excited on the team. It's going to be the slowest thing on the field without question, but I feel we got enough bulk, so I'm not too worried. But that's the team. That's the team. Didn't take too long. I mean, I need to try and be a bit quicker, but that's the team, guys. Let me know your thoughts. We've I feel like we've countered well. I feel like I've got the right setups and stuff. Jirachi is also my dedicated lead, unless I see the Typhlosion. If I see the Typhlosion, then Lycanroc. So it's it kind of depends, but yeah, it's going to be good overall. I feel like I'm prepared. But Jirachi's going to be a lead pretty much every time. I don't even really if the Typhlosion comes, I can just U-turn. So it's going to be very situational based. But yeah, I feel like we've prepared well for this team. Do let me know in the comment section if there's anything you would have done differently. But that's the squad. That is the squad. Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to get the most kills? Do you think it's going to be one of his teammates, like one of his team, or do you think it's going to be a member from our squad that we're bringing? Who's going to get the most kills, or who's going to be the MVP in this match? Speaking of the match will be going up tomorrow, so definitely get yourselves excited for that. Week 1 is coming up. Coming up fast. It's coming out so quick. I'm nervous. I'm scared. But it's going to be amazing. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are excited. But with that, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you guys are excited. Your Crystal Palossands are going to hopefully kickstart PMC with a W and hopefully maybe come out on top. I'd love to hit playoffs. Even if we don't win playoffs, I want to hit playoffs. That'd be amazing. But anyway, that's something that's going to happen not for another 9-10 weeks. We've got plenty of time. But with that, though, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, morning, evening, and night. But I'm SilverBeanie, and I'll catch all your beautiful people next time.